Hello everyone, Nostalgic here. I made a thread asking people what they think the Mal Top series list would look like in 6 years. The top anime list has been changing so much over the last few years. Some years ago I found myself thinking, imagine when Vinland Saga gets an adaptation, that would certainly be in the top list. Grand Blue with over a 9 score on the top manga list definitely would make the top. So it's not that easy because Vinland Saga got in the top and Grand Blue didn't. So of course the quality of the adaptation really has a big effect on the lasting impact of the series, and there are some manga that didn't have a proper anime adaptation, some didn't have an adaptation at all, and some anime might end up in the top once they finish, like One Piece for example, who knows. This is of course based on the assumption that they get the best adaptation possible, or at least a good one. I mentioned that a potential adaptation of JoJo Part 7 would certainly be on the top 5 at least anime of all time. Some people say it might rival Fullmetal Alchemist, as of course with next year's conclusion of the Attack on Titan anime. But with JoJo Steel Ball Run, I heard some people say that they are scared of CGI horses, because apparently there's a lot of horses in that part. But let's see what David Productions has in store for us. From the creator of Monster, we got 20th Century Boys, which has an 8.95 in the top manga list, so with a proper adaptation that would certainly be at the top. We are waiting for a Pluto adaptation, which we haven't heard anything about for like 3 years, which is quite sad. Then we got stuff like more seasons of Haikyuu, if the animation corresponds or exceeds the 3rd season. Another Spice and Wolf season would be very welcome. Solo Leveling is that manhwa that most likely will get an adaptation sooner or later, and everyone is crazy about it, so that's definitely a possibility. I can't even dream of an adaptation for Oyasumi Punpun, and that's one case where it really needs a very passionate team working on it, and it's a very specific type of story that needs time to let the characters breathe and the arcs go by without much of a rush. It really needs care in order to be a good adaptation. Now, if only Junichi Sato picked up Yokohama Kaidashi Kikou, we might get a modern Yashike masterpiece, but who knows. Here on the thread that I made, people mentioned Houseki no Kuni. I haven't read the manga, but some people say that the 2nd season would cover parts of the manga that are quite insane, so I would love to see that. Of course, a 3rd season of Sangatsu would probably do amazing. Let's see if Shaft goes back at it again. Other obvious ones are the 2nd season of Made in Abyss, the 2nd season of Kimetsu no Yaiba, Jujutsu Kaisen. Those will probably be here. One can dream of a 2nd season of Hunter x Hunter, but I'm not gonna beat that dead horse. Chainsaw Man is coming this year, I believe, and it's most certainly gonna be at the top if MAPPA does give it a proper adaptation as it did to Jujutsu Kaisen. Golden Kamuy, even with its weaker production values, did manage to get quite a high score on its 3rd season, so if we get more seasons, I can see it being at the top. The currently airing final season of Fruits Basket might exceed expectations. I'm not aware of what the content is for the finale of the series, but the previous season has quite a high score, so who knows what the final season may have in store. No one's gonna take my right to wish for a Hoshi no Samidare or Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer adaptation. The dream of this manga's fans is to get an adaptation by Trigger, and the cherry on top would be soundtrack by The Pillows. That would certainly be a classic in the making, but I really am not hopeful for that. Now, there are many amazing manga that have the potential to be adapted and get to the top anime list of all time. I am not an avid manga reader at all. I read very little manga. So let me know what you think would be future adaptations in the next few years that would be able to make the top anime list, whether that's manga adaptations, light novel adaptations, games, visual novels, or whatever you're anticipating. Thank you for watching and see you next video.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。はい、みんな登録してくれてありがとう。そして
登録しなかったそこのお前、今からお前んち行くからな。